How you doing, everybody? It's James Larson from 94.1 KRNA Radio right here in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and welcome to the Crafty Conversation. In this show, what we do is we talk about craft beer, and my co-host each and every week is a great guy from the Iowa City market. His name is Drew Knutson. He's the owner and proprietor of a little pizzeria called the Mellow Mushroom. Now, I call you an aficionado because, am I right, 74 beers on tap down there?
Yeah, we have more beers on tap this side of the state in eastern Iowa. We're really proud of it. We work hard at it, James. 74 beers on tap, Mellow Mushroom right off the interstate. If you're going through I-80, hop off exit 240, you'll find us right there.
All right. Well, on this show, what we do is we answer your questions. And before we get to those, my first question is, what is craft beer? For those people that are watching this, what is craft beer and when did it start?
Well, craft beer obviously is just different versions of how they make beer now. That they've really key lime pie. I just got to throw that out there. There's actually a beer out there called key lime pie.
Wow!
So that's where it's going. That's where craft beer is going. But craft beer is just obviously the brewers have done a lot different things with how they brew and what they do. You know, we used to start with lagers and pilsners. Everybody knows the awesome beers of the Bud Lights, the Miller Lights, a lager and a pilsner. A craft beer actually started, believe it or not, in 1979. Sierra Nevada, out in Chico, California, was one of the first to ever start with a craft beer, and they started with a pale ale.
Wow. So tell me this. I was always a Bud Light, Miller Light kind of guy. Are there some people out there that are going to think maybe this is way too complicated for me? It's like, you know, you've got the ingredients, you got where it's from. I just want to stick to my regular beer. What do you say to those kind of people that just don't want to delve into the craft beer arena?
Yeah, it's just one step at a time. It's really easy, James. Yes, you can. There are more than 15 different styles of craft beer out there officially. So it can get complicated, but you don't have to make it complicated. Really, all you need to do is focus on what does your palate like, and if you're that Bud Light, Miller Light type of drinker, the lager or the pilsner type of drinking, start with a true blonde, a blonde ale, or start with a what's called a pale ale. Either one of those you're going to be able to tolerate on your palate, and you'll get some enjoyment out of it. And
you segued right into it. We're drinking a Ska True Blonde. This is made in Durango, Colorado. The brewery is wind powered, so very cool there. Talk about this beer. This was one of the first that you ever introduced to me when we were down at your restaurant.
Yeah, I do that a lot. My bartenders are skilled at this as well. We do it. Cheers, by the way. We do a great job of making sure that we understand what a person wants and what they are looking for when it comes to craft beer. And if somebody says, I can't drink craft beer, we start them with a True Blonde. I believe that's what you said, too. You said, I'm not into this craft beer stuff.
Yeah, keep that away from me.
But, yeah, we start with a True Blonde. A True Blonde is obviously, it's got a lot of flavor to it, usually a fruity flavor, but very, very easy on the palate. It's going to finish. You have three parts of a beer. You have it on your lips, you have it on your palate, and then the obvious swallow. The True Blonde is going to be balanced very simply through all three processes.
Yeah, last question before we wrap up here. Alcohol by volume. Now, this one is 5.3%, but a friend of mine, he says, I get a little worried. I know how many 6 Bud Lights will affect me, but with this craft beer, how do I know how many beers until I'm, at that intoxicated point?
Yeah, it all comes down to body weight. So I'm never going to tell anybody specifically how much or how less they have to. They know their body better than anybody. But 5.3. Your Bud Lights, your Miller Lights are in that 4.3 to 4.5 category. Always keep that in the back of your mind, and then as you go up, you'll understand that you're getting a little more alcohol in your beer. But 5.3, very, very manageable, almost the same.
I like it. It's a Ska True Blonde from Durango, Colorado. Get out and try one of these. And if you're in eastern Iowa and you want to stop by for not only an ice cold beer but a good pizza, Mellow Mushroom, tell everybody once again where you guys are at.
Yeah, we're right off of Interstate 280. We're right next to Target Exit 240. You can't miss us. The big sign, Mellow Mushroom. We look forward to seeing you if you're out there. If not, we look forward to seeing you here every week on our Crafty Conversation. Cheers.
Next week, we're going to have something on the dark side, a little bit darker. But thanks, as always, for joining us right here on Crafty Conversation.
Go Vikings.